part 3 and final video on doing the heart-shaped pocket. In the last video, you saw I had this stitched to a piece of white lining and then turned. So then my next step was to find my lace, and I stitched it down along the top portion above where it would be attached. So you can see it's attached right here. So I need to attach my lace before sewing the pocket to the gown. So I stitched all along here. And of course, you know, the closer you can get to the edge of the pocket, the prettier it's going to look. And then when I got to this spot right here, I stopped and took it off the sewing machine, and then I went over to the gown and placed it where I wanted. I'm a right-handed girl, so I put it on the right side of the dress. It could have been centered. You could put it centered over the side seam and put 2 of them on. You know, be creative. You're the one in charge when you're making the gown. So once I had it there, I went ahead and I put a pin on this spot where I was going to stop sewing and on this spot where I was going to start, and then I pinned it down, of course, down here at the peak. Now I was sewing the lace at the same time that I was stitching the pocket down, so this is a slow process. And I had actually gathered the lace up a little bit so that I'd be able to make these turns, because a flat piece of lace is not going to follow a curve very well. When I got down here, you can see I had to leave some extra so that this wouldn't pull. And then I turned the corner and went up to the edge. It looks to me like I could have left a little fullness here, but it'll be good. Now, this pocket, look at that, is big enough for a little hand and some treasures. Isn't that cute? Just a little heart pocket to finish off our lined jumper. I'm going to show you just real quick how I mentioned in the other video that I much prefer doing these at the end, because see, now this is stitched down through the liner. This will help keep the liner next to the dress, because really everywhere else it's just floating free. So, you know, just from a laundry perspective, when it comes out of the wash, that'll be a little bit easier to just give it a good shake and hang it on a hanger. So as you can see, in the meanwhile, I also went ahead and put the button and buttonholes on the dress. This step, if you have a kit and you aren't comfortable doing buttons, you can leave this off. We've got gals who are happy to do buttonholes and happy to sew on the buttons. If your kit didn't include them, obviously you are off the hook. If your kit had buttons but you don't want to do them, just leave them with the dress and we'll pass it along to the gal who wants to do that step. So we just, as many hands as can be involved, the better. So thank you for helping us with our project. And if you happen to be someone who would like to just simply do pockets because you've got a creative flair for that, let me know and I will get you some pockets. Thank you all so very much for volunteering with the We Sew Love community.